This is for Year 12 methods. It comes out of 11J, number 17, applications of integration. A long trough with a parabolic cross-section. So this is going to be my parabolic cross-section, and I've got a very long trough that would be full of water. Okay, so that's my long trough. Cross-section is 1.5 meters wide at the top and 2 meters deep. Find the depth of water when the trough is half full. Okay, it's going to be half full when there's this much water in it, and it's going to be if this area and this area is equal to each other, then the trough will be half full of water. It won't be at half depth because it's narrower on the bottom than it is on the top. So if I look at the cross section of my trough that way, then I've got this parabola, and I'd like to find this height when this area and this area is equal to each other. I know that that's 1.5 meters across and that's 2 meters deep. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to place an axis, and if that's 0, then that coordinate there will be 0.75 and 2. That coordinate there will be negative 0.75 and 2. And I'd like to work out the equation of that parabola. Since its turning point is at 0, 0, y will equal ax squared, and y equals 2 when x equals 3/4. Therefore 2 equals a, 9 on 16, a equals 32 on 9. So this parabola has the equation y equals 32 on 9 x squared. And I'd like to find the area of a plus b. And the area of a plus b will be the integral from negative 0.75 to 0.75 of the top curve, which is this curve, so 2, minus the bottom curve, which is this curve, which is the parabola, which is 32x squared on 9 dx, and that will give me the total area. So I've entered that on my calculator, going from negative 0.75 to 0.75, 2, which is my top curve, minus that, and when I press XE, I get my total area is equal to 2. So I'm wanting area A to be 1, and then the trough will be half full. The area A is going to be the integral of the top curve minus the bottom curve, and I'm going to have 1 equals that integral. Now my bottom curve is 32x squared on 9 dx. My top curve is going to be this line, and I don't know this line. So if I was to imagine this point here to be A, then the height, if I put A into this rule, would be 32a squared on 9. And I'd like to integrate from negative a to a, because that goes from negative a to a, and my top curve is 32a squared on 9, because that's the equation of the top curve in terms of a, and I don't know a because a is this x value, and I need to know this x value to actually work out the answer to this question. So I've entered that in my calculator. I've gone from negative a, which is over here, through until a, My top curve is 32a squared on 9 minus my bottom curve, and when I press execute I get that particular answer, and I know that all of that has to equal 1, and I solve that for a, and that gives me an answer for a. So I know that a equals 0.5952, which gives me this value here. The question's asking me for the depth of the water. The depth of the water will be how deep the water is. So how deep the water is here, and that's how deep the water is here. So I'm actually after this value. So if I take this, which will be the depth of the water, Math 3 given, a equals that particular value. Therefore the depth of the water to 2 decimal places will be 1.26 metres. And that's how you do question number 17.